Breaking news. Heavy protests begins again for Nnamdi Kanu. Well, as we all know, Nnamdi Kanu's case is heating up, and Nnamdi Kanu's case, being the 10th of October, has been building up to various reactions and various protests across the country. Welcome to this YouTube channel. In case you're new to this YouTube channel, kindly hit the subscribe bell below, because in this channel, I bring you everything that is trending and everything you need to know regarding Nnamdi Kanu. So Tinubu has been urged to release Nnamdi Kanu to Bianca Ojukwu. And in case you don't know who Bianca Ojukwu is the wife of late Odumegwu Ojukwu, who started the Biafran movement. And in this very session, I'm going to be showing you every details of how Tinubu was urged to release Nnamdi Kanu to Bianca Ojukwu. In this session, there are two video clips I want to be displaying here for you guys. The first is the one you can see at the bottom right of your screen. The second will come spontaneously after this particular video, and I deem it fit to display this video here for you guys, so you know the current standing of Nnamdi Kanu's case, because many people are now organizing protests ahead of Nnamdi Kanu's next trial that will hold on the 10th of October. And in case you have been left behind, I am in this video to bring you up to speed. And in this very session, there are two important video clips I want you to watch. After watching these two clips, I'm going to be showing the details surrounding Bianca Ojukwu. And in case you don't know, recently, the federal government led by Bola Tinubu held a peace talk with a bandit leader. This particular event hasn't augured well with Biafran supporters across the country. How can you hold a peace talk with a bandit leader in broad daylight holding ammunition? Meanwhile, Nnamdi Kanu is being abandoned to languish helplessly in the DSS facility. Well, without wasting much of your time, let's get straight into the business of the day.
I want to use this opportunity to appreciate Nigerians for their support since I released the first video yesterday about free Nnamdi Kanu protest. This protest is born out of sincerity and honesty, with the display of shame and disgrace that happened in Katsina last week. We all know that for years Nnamdi Kanu has been in detention. And as I'm talking to you, Nnamdi Kanu is having and he is battling with health challenges even while in prison. But it's rather unfortunate with the display of shame and disgrace that happened in Katsina by the bandit commander. The question we ask, do we have a country? The question we need to ask, do we have a nation? The question we need to ask, do we have a constitution? And if we have a constitution, then as Nigerians, we need to ask ourselves and ask the federal government question, why the double standard? If the bandit commander can come and address Nigeria like schoolboys and address Nigeria by threatening Nigerians, by killing one of the headers, that he will kill more Hausas and Northerners, and he is moving freely, why should Nnamdi Kanu should still be in prison? The question I ask, why the double standard? And it is a question that every Nigerian should be asking. Double standards by the federal government of Nigeria. And that is why the call for one Nigeria, one voice protest is born out of sincerity and honesty, equity and justice for all Nigeria citizens. One Nigeria, one voice protest. One Nigeria, one voice protest is a national call for all Nigerians of good conscience. It's not a regional protest. It's not a tribal protest. But it's a sincere protest born out of sincerity. I am calling of all Nigeria with good conscience to come out in mass. Those in Jos, Plateau, Kaduna, Kogi and Abuja to come on Independence Day at Eagle Square to support this call. And I'm also calling on very dark black man to help us. Abuja is your constituency. We are coming from the north. You can help us to call the IG of police in preparation to this protest. The ratted president, I know you have the platform, and I'm also calling of all the Nigerian bloggers and social media influencers, those with good conscience and sincerity, so that our brother Nnamdi Kanu will be free. I'll bring up subsequent videos in preparation for this call and for this peaceful protest. May God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria.
When Nnamdi Kanu talked about the presence of Fulani Janjaweeds in Nigeria, we thought he was just singing. We thought he was saying something possibly born out of the hatred of the Northerners or the Fulanis by the Igbos. But it's now becoming clear, because I am telling you sincerely, it's only the powerful almighty Janjaweeds that can pull this thing that just happened recently in Katsina in regards negotiating with bandits, leaving them with their weapons fully intact, and at the same time even coming to make demands for schools, markets, and the rest of it. That is to say, we're still talking about Ruga Settlement Part 2. That is just it. Sincerely. And I'm telling you, the way it looks now, it seems this Fulani Janjaweeds have Janjaweed clerics, Janjaweed politicians. And funny enough, it's not even just all about being a Muslim or Islam. The fact is, even if you are a Muslim or not, I am telling, even if you are a Muslim, as long as you are not of the Janjaweed family, I am telling you that means you are not even a Muslim. Because the way it looks now, the Janjaweed family actually is all about the radical explanation or definition of Islam, the way they understand it. I am telling you. And that is why they are able to render havoc on even Muslims themselves. And if you think what we are saying is not true, in the midst of all this kidnapping, tell me Fulanis that have been kidnapped and that they have demanded ransom for. Or tell me how many Fulani communities have been ravaged with these same people. And what is the argument? The argument, the initial reason for these such actions in the first place was based on the fact that they were attacked. A lot of their people were attacked. And I'm telling you, on what basis? On the basis that they enter people's farm and they finish their crops, most especially houses that are known to be predominantly farmers. All of a sudden, and let me tell you another attribute of these Janjaweeds. As far as these Janjaweeds are concerned, I'm telling you at the moment they don't even have a country. When you allow these Janjaweeds to establish their empire in any state, I am telling you, they invite all other Janjaweeds from all parts of the world. Get me wrong. Get me right. I'm not saying that all the Fulanis are bad in nature, but I am telling you that it seems they are Janjaweeds and they are all about an agenda. And the earlier everybody comes to this come to term with this, the better for everybody. And to some certain extent, it may as well look as if the Janjaweeds happen to be even the people keeping this man in detention for long. Because having seen a lot he has said, he seems to be a person that knows so much, which is actually troubling to them. I am telling you, and nothing more. Well, I just hope Nigerians will wake up to this and realize that there are people that are bent on destabilizing this country and ensuring that it doesn't progress and it doesn't grow. All they are all about is establishing their kingdom of radicality that can be spread to the world. That is how it looks at the moment.
Release Nnamdi Kanu to Bianca Ojukwu. Ohanaeze PG Honor urges Tinubu. Well, this was a strong message directed to Bola Tinubu, and I'm going to read out the details of this particular message that Nnamdi Kanu should be released to Bianca Ojukwu, who is the late Odumegwu Ojukwu's wife. Former campaign spokesman for the All Progressive Congress (APC) presidential campaign in the Southeast, Denge Joseph Ono, has appealed to President Bola Tinubu to release the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Bianca, and the President General of Ohanaeze Mbata Worldwide, Senator John Azuta Mbata. Ono also suggested that each governor of the Southeast states shall nominate the chairmen of their respective traditional rulers' councils to be led by the Obi of Onitsha, HRH, Igwe Nnemeka Achebe, to sign the undertaking with the National Security Advisor, NSA, in the bond. He said that his nomination of Bianca Ojukwu and Azuta Mbata is because of their unassailable integrity, deep-rooted commitments to Igbo heritage, and proven track record as non-partisan stewards of peace. Unlike partisan actors, entrusting Mazi Kanu to these custodians, Mr. President would preempt any risk of his release being politicized by Southeast politicians eyeing the 2027 polls or internal rivalries. Senator Mbata's role transcends electoral cycles, allowing him to facilitate community reintegration without the taints of personal ambition. His leadership in mobilizing Ndibo for civic duties such as voter registration further proves his dedication to democratic participation over separatist extremes, Ono said. Ono said that President Tinubu should leverage his administration's renewed hope agenda, particularly as it emphasizes inclusive governance and conflict resolution, to grant the plea. And the plea is that Nnamdi Kanu should be released to Bianca Ojukwu. He noted that the prolonged detention of Mazi Kanu since his extraordinary rendition from Kenya in 2021 has cast a long shadow over the Southeast, while his charges of terrorism and treasonable felony have not only exacerbated insecurity but also allowed opportunistic criminals to masquerade as separatists, fueling violence, economic sabotage, and displacement of people. Speaking further, Ono said that he is aware that President Tinubu knows that the release of Mazi Kanu is not merely a legal or humanitarian imperative, but a strategic pathway to de-escalate tensions, unmask genuine agitators from bandits, and restore investor confidence in the Southeast. In this spirit, I respectfully urge Mr. President to exercise his constitutional powers of prerogative of mercy and release Mazi Kanu unconditionally, but with a deliberate handover into the personal custody of two exemplary figures, Ambassador Bianca Ojukwu and Senator John Azuta Mbata. This approach would transform a potentially divisive act into a unifying gesture, ensuring that Mazi Kanu's reintegration serves the collective good rather than narrow ambitions. This handover would signal your commitment into inclusive federalism, honor the Southeast's contributions to Nigeria's democracy, and align with global best practices for resolving separatist tensions through trusted mediators. Releasing Mazi Kanu under the safeguards would not only quench the fires of agitation, but also fortify the renewed hope agenda, proving that Nigeria's unity thrives on justice, not coercion. I stand ready to support this process in any capacity and beseech you to act swiftly. Honor pleaded. This was the plea sent to Tinubu, telling him that Nnamdi Kanu should be released unconditionally into the hands of Bianca Ojukwu and John Azuta Mbata, who is the Ohanaeze President General. Well, at this point, you have heard and watched the videos in this very session, and it's now up to you to tell me what you feel about this in the comment section below. Like this video, share this video, and hit the subscribe button below for more trending updates.